Good morning, traders. So we're still using the Bull-Williams theory and looking at the Aussie, the South African top 40 for this morning. So I'm starting off on the weekly, and reason being, I just want to see whether we actually got to the previous breakout, which we didn't. So this is the previous breakout here. You can see there. You can see all these tails that flirted with this level. And we didn't get to it. What is really concerning for the bulls anyway is that we are up in the overbought territory, and we have a price that has a higher high, lower high, and here we have a high, higher high. So we have continuation divergence in the direction of the trend, and the trend is down. So for me, the weekly, we should be looking for shorts, and the way it's looking at the moment, we're probably going to have quite a big gap down. But then the question is, what's going to happen after that? So if we look at the daily, a lot of barbed wire here over the last 2 months, 2.5 months, and we finished with a daily pin bar. Now, if we get a gap down and we get a close below the gap, that is going to give us a shooting star. Okay, there's the last shooting star there, and we move to the downside. So this is also, as I pointed out last week, is also a wedge. Okay, the fact that we haven't gone into a level is, well, not a significant level anyway. We didn't even get that inside tail there. What we did do is to sort of flirt with that level there. So, but the holiday season is now over. So from today, most people will be back at work. I would say all the people that could influence this market would be back at work. So we should see some proper trading action now. And I think my bias at the moment is short, to be honest. And let's just get down to the 4 hour. Okay, trend is up. You can see the trend is very much the upside. What is concerning me though is, let's just tidy this up. There we go. Right, so what is concerning me is all these gaps. So we closed this gap to the left. Okay, so there's no other gap to the left at the moment. And if I just put a level up there, that's still pretty far, I suppose. Let's see, yeah, 1,300 points. So we've closed that gap to the top, but now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's another one down here, 5. So we have 5 gaps to the bottom. That's 5 really strong magnets. And my take on this is we are definitely going to come and play to the downside today. More than likely, first attempt is going to be this previous breakout. Okay, so that's probably the first target, and then we'll have to see what happens. And now that target will line up with the alligator. So on the 4 hour, that means we play to the long side. Even on the daily, it would also be a long side. But bear in mind that this is turning out to be a wise man number 1 on the daily. Okay, so I just want to change the color of this. And let's get back to the hour, and that will allow us to see what's going on. Right, so you can see it lines up with an hour fractal. So that is the trade that I want to trade. So it should be short. A break below here is short with a stop above this fractal level. I would probably pretty much just change it to this fractal level here. I wouldn't bother with that fractal there. Reason being, it's a little bit too far away. So this one here is almost 400 points. One up there is 520 points. Okay, so looking at the hour, you can see the oscillator's gripped to the downside here. We are still above the alligator. Okay, so technically we should be looking for longs, and I suppose I could be guilty of looking for a top here. But all I'm really doing is looking at the weekly to see the weekly level and say, well, we can't go long, although the trend is up. You can't go long at this level here. Okay, you want to see another level to the downside be tested and held. That would be my entry to carry on with my longs. Okay, so for me, it's either wait for that to happen or alternatively watch what goes on here and take the trade. So it may be a scalp. So what we may end up with is a gap down, straight onto this level, and then price action starting to sort of bounce around. And if I'm looking at the Dow, that is also very, very feasible. Okay, so I'm looking for support off a level, and this level here of is it 47,480? I think, yeah, 47,480. So that's a level that we're looking for. So you can say 47,500. So 47,500 is the area that I'm expecting price to get to, more than likely gap down this morning, and then we'll take it from there. If that does fail, then what you need to do is look for the next most logical area, and that would be this inside bar. Okay, that would still put us above the alligator and then give us another long. Okay, now I'm kind of in two minds, to be honest with you. So this could sort of be a retracement, build a base, and then another attempt to get through. Okay, that is a distinct possibility. But I think for me right now, looking for longs in this area here is it's just the wrong thing to do. Rather look for a pullback. If they don't get the pullback, so be it. Then you wait for the next entry. But the safer trade is to wait for a decent pullback off a level to get back in for the long and keep riding this up. To me, this is looking like it could be a short-term top, or it could be a top. Okay, so let's just have a look at one thing that's going to influence us today. So the rand dollar 13.90, it's up 0.6%. So that would drive our market up. 10 cent down 2.6%. So that would drive our market down. Well, you'll see a bit of confusion. If I look at Hong Kong, down 1.3%, which is interesting considering that some really good data came out of China overnight. And the US markets the futures markets are down. S&P is down 0.7%, and the Nasdaq futures is down 1%. Okay, so we don't think we're going to get a gap down. The question is whether it's going to be a gap down and run, or if it's going to be a gap down to a level and hold. Now, my gut is telling me gap down, level, hold, and that's just trading off pretty much all the time frames. But the concern I have is this wise man number one playing out. Okay, so you can see how price is deviated from the red line of the alligator, and we also horribly overbought. Okay, so that to me is telling me that there is a potential reversal coming. That together with this bigger wedge. Okay, now what normally happens, you all pretty well aware of it, is that it doesn't just move straight down, it sort of bounces around, finds its feet, and then either fails and carries on, or what happens is it is successful and it moves down to find another level. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm looking for at the moment. I'm looking for a short entry, but obviously I can't do it now. The market's not open, but we should get a gap down, probably close this gap. That would be a long. That long is going to come up to test the underside of the alligator, and then that would be my short entry. Okay, so daily close below this purple line validates that wise man number one on the daily. So 47727. 47727. Okay, so daily close below that level validates the wise man number one, and then you should be looking for trades to the downside. Okay, so that's kind of my view on this at the moment. Higher time frames are warning me that the move to the upside is coming to an end, and there should be some sort of a retracement, not necessarily a reversal, but some kind of a pullback. And my short term is telling me that we are still in an uptrend, except for the half hour starting to flatten out here. So the gap down, close this, bit of a rally to come up to the to test whatever happens. And I think what will happen is any rally that may happen will come up to test the opening bar for today. If that holds, then that would be your entry to get short. And then I would actually hold the short for a bit because we will be below the alligator. So I'd expect 1 or 2 days of shorts to play out. Okay, and then the last thing, just get rid of this noise, is I just want to draw that trend line in there because that is going to be significant. So you would expect price to come down onto this trend line, which would close the gap, and then it's long. And the question is whether that long is just up to test either this underside or the opening bar for the day, okay, or alternatively if it is a continuation to the upside, okay. And then, sorry, the actual last thing is this here. Okay, could be a flat bottom triangle, okay, or it could be a wedge. It's not really that clear for me. When I say flat bottom triangle, there could be a flat bottom triangle right there. Okay, so that's not really clear. That's just giving you more indecision. Okay, so anyway, guys, I think that's my play for now. Is whatever base we form, wherever it may be, looking at any of these. And this area here of 47, between 47,500 and 47,450 is a pretty interesting area for me to look for a long. Okay, we would have to break below 47,100 in order for me to now be worried about going long. Okay, so for now the trend is still up. We're going to break down. We're more than likely going to close this gap today, and then I want to see a bit of a rally. If we stay below the bottom, the low of Friday, then yes, then shorts are on. But that we'll only know at the close of today. Okay, so for now, whatever we get to, I'm looking for the long scalp. I know we're not going to get in on the short because the gap's going to be pretty big straight into this area, and then more likely just follow what Europe does and then what US does this afternoon. Okay, looking at the US charts, I have a feeling we're going to find some kind of a base and do a rally as well. It may just be a normal Dow move that takes out everything, or it could just be a proper price action move to come up and test level and move down. And I'm seeing the same here. Okay, anyway, guys, that's it for me on the Aussie. Hope it helps. Whatever you do, just keep those stops tight. And look out for the long entry here. There may be a little bit of a scalp here. It could also turn out to be more than a scalp, but I'm suspecting it'll be a scalp to come and test the break of the alligator. Okay, anyway, guys, that's it for me. Hope it helps, and I will catch up with you later. Cheers for now.